continue with the draw tools. So we also have a polyline. A polyline is a tool used to combine both the line and the arc. Sometimes you are drawing an object, but when you reach a particular end, you need to turn it to an arc. We use the polyline by specifying the arc length or the radius of the arc. We only use a polyline. So when using the polyline, you also have to look at the command line because it will give you options for all that. So when you click on the polyline, it asks you to specify the first point. As you continue, by default you start with the line. So when you specify the next point, you check at your command line. It gives you options. We have arc, we have half width, we have length, we have undo, we have width. Yes. So I just want to draw like a length of 10. I hit the enter key. So as I come down, I need to change the shape of what I want to draw. So I want to turn to an arc. So in the command line, you pick arc, or you can type A on your keyboard to represent an arc. Just to pick an option, don't exit. So just pick an arc. When you click on the arc, you see that it turns to an arc automatically. It turns to an arc automatically. So you can specify the arc length or just by clicking. So as you continue, you can see we are still on an arc mode. So I want to go back to the line. I come to my command line and pick line, or you can use the shortcut key on the keyboard as L. So you click L, then it turns to line. It turns to line. Then you click the next one. Then from that particular point, I also need an arc again. So it's a continuous object. So I need an arc again. You can see it turns to an arc again. I have not escaped anything. So I want to join it to the other end. So once we are through, you can see there's an arc. Press enter. When you look into this object, it's a polyline which combines both the arc and the line. That's also another very important tool, polyline in AutoCAD. Another use of polyline, you want to draw a line with a particular thickness. When you click on the first point, you check at your command line. It will give you, so instead of arc, I just want to draw a line, but with a particular thickness of line. So I do width. When you click on width, you first of all specify the starting width. Then we see a width of 2. I press enter, and then specify the ending width. Then you want to align the thickness of 2. That's the width of 2. Then I also press enter. So when I draw a line, you can see that line has a thickness of 2. 2. So remember, it's just one single object, and then you can close when you press enter. So you can see this is a polyline with a thickness of line 2. Yeah. Polyline is used when, for example, you are doing arrows. Arrows with some pointers. You can click on the polyline, come. So I don't need that width, I need to change the width. I come to width, I specify the starting width. I need a starting width of maybe 0.5, just type 0.5. And then the ending width, I need 0, because I don't need anything there. It doesn't matter. So as I drag, you can see it turns to something like an arrow. So when you're using a pointer, you specify the polyline. Use the polyline, then you press enter. You can see this is still a polyline, but we're getting to something like a pointer or a leader. We'll come to leaders as we continue. So polyline is a tool which is very, very important. Sometimes when using a polyline, you can see the width that you have specified. If it is 1 and 1, it will continue like that. It will continue in that particular way. So when you click again on the polyline to continue, you will find it's written in that particular way. You only need to come and change the width. If you want to change the width, you click width. So you default 0, and the ending width is also 0. Then you can see it turns back to a plain line. So you can continue. Arc, just like that. Length, not line. Then you can close the other end. So you can see how you can change the width if you accept the width, and then you want to continue that particular width. You simply come to width on the options and the command line, then you change. So that's how we use polylines. When you want to axe lines and arcs, use a polyline. A combination arrows, use a polyline. Yeah, and then line thickness, you also need to use a polyline. The width of the lines will be given, so you don't need to worry about that. Another important tool which we should be learning is Hatch. Hatch. This is a tool used to apply patterns in various regions in a given project. Remember, engineering drawings, we are doing solid drawings where we have plans, we have top views, section views, and those areas has to be filled with particular patterns. So when you want to fill an area with a particular pattern, we use hatch. We have hatch and gradient. You can have the pattern or the color. The gradient is just about color. Hatch is the pattern. Remember, you have also to pick a particular pattern depending on whatever you are designing. For example, I can be designing a foundation. Let's come to the settings here. Let's do something. This is my stick foundation. So I want to show this stick foundation is made up of concrete, and this is my foundation wall. So remember, we have got various patterns for each and every region. So you have to pick that particular pattern. And also remember, when you're using the hatch, hatches works in a closed region. You can't hatch something which is not closed, or the boundary is not defined. So I'll explain the two. So first of all, when you click on the hatch, we have the hatch creation tab with these 3 bombs because we are on the hatch. So you click on the pattern, you pick the appropriate pattern depending on whatever you're working on. So you have got various patterns. So I have concrete, that's for the stick foundation. Then I click inside there. So the boundary has already been defined. So I can still not see my hatch. That means the scale is not set. So you can see here we have the scale. The scale, you see here, and take the scale. So I cannot see my hatch. I can reduce the scale right now to maybe 0.1. So when I click enter, I can see my hatches are visible. This represents a concrete. For those people who are in the field of architectural, you can see this as something concrete. So then I also pick an hatch, another hatch. I want this for my walls. You only pick the appropriate material. My wall, you can pick this or this, and then pick the inside part of the boundary. When you look into this hatch, it is dense. It is too dense, so you cannot see that pattern that you have picked. That's about the scale. Before you hit enter, you change the scale. Let me make it 1. When I press enter, you see now Then I press enter again to remove to terminate. You can see we have our hatch representing the wall, and this one is representing the foundation, the stick foundation of our project. So you can have various fails, depending on whatever you're working on. Another example where we are applying the hatch is when you're doing maybe your house elevation. Let me just, for example, this is your house elevation. This is my door, this is my windows. And I want to hatch so that at least somebody looking at your project can know this is an elevation, maybe south, east, north, or west, depending on the house plan. And you want to apply the pattern to show the wall is made up of bricks. Remember, you come to your hatch and then you pick the pattern suitable for that particular area, maybe brick. Yeah. Then you click inside there. When you click inside, you can see it's not visible. That means the scale is too big. The scale is too large. You simply come back to scale, click inside there, you reduce the scale. If it's too big, you can still reduce it. 0.05. Yeah. When you click enter, somebody looking at your project will see this some elevation and the wall is made up of bricks. You can do the same on the other side. Just click and then hit enter. So when you look into this, you will find that the hatch, the pattern represents the bricks. When you click on this pattern, it takes you back to the hatch creator. You can still be able to reduce the scale to 0.2, then you escape. When you click on that existing hatch, it takes you back to the creation. You can still reduce that to 0.2. So when you look into this structure, anybody will notice that it is presenting some pattern for the bricks. Then we also have gradient. Gradient is just about color. Just about color. In the hatch creation, you can choose the color by mixing two colors, or you can just use one color. And then you place it there, enter. To continue again, hit enter. Continue again, you hit enter to fill on those particular areas. So it gives us an overview of a particular elevation in a given house plan. So that's that for the introduction part. On the home tab under the draw ribbon, these are the basic tools used when you are starting to use AutoCAD. I hope you've enjoyed.